Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to Tootie Talk Sense. Now, I know I was supposed to start this at 11:25 today. But then once I finished with this chapter, I was like, oh, this may take a little bit more time to go through just because of I be talking. So I said, let me reschedule it to 5 when I had some time. Now we're gonna see how long it's gonna take for one of these kids to come knock on this door. But I don't know why I'm sitting so low. Let me see. That didn't help at all. That didn't help at all. But I was trying to get up a little higher. Okay. I'm checking the sound. We're good to go on that. Now, okay, when y'all come on up in here, come on up in here, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Follow me on all the social medias. Okay. Today we're gonna be going over chapter 14 of Jada Pickett Smith uh book Worthy. Why I just lost my train of thought right there? I don't know. But we're going to be going over chapter 14, Jada Pickett Smith book Worthy. And this title of the book is called Little Gurus. So this is all about motherhood. This chapter, when she's going to be talking about her kids this whole chapter. So of course I'm a mother, so I relate. And I said I'm also going to drop it down. I have time today, so I didn't put the the link if y'all want to join down up in the comments, so y'all can click on that if y'all want to join tonight. Now, let's go ahead and get on up into this. This one, this is chapter 14, Little Gurus. Her kids have. Oops, I hear a little echo. That's my phone. There it is. Okay. Her kids have loved her through every stage of her life. Trey is nicknamed that because he's the third of Will lineage. Trey planted the seed of what it means to nurture a child per individuality. She had to get past any resentment or misunderstanding between Cherie and herself. You know, Cherie, if I'm saying her name right, because y'all know I would mess up somebody's name. But Cherie is Will Smith's first wife. So she could not claim to love Trey without embracing his mother. I said last because I'm ignorant. I said last you tell because call me Big Sean because I don't with you. You look stupid. I ain't with you. But I'm ignorant, so don't take that advice. Anyway, in her early days of her and Will relationship, there was no tutorial on how the ex and new girl should get along. No matter who filed for the divorce, nobody likes the idea of being replaced. I said, Jada is shady. How you know it was the idea of being replaced? Maybe she didn't like you because she remembered the interview. I remember the interview on Red Table Talking. She said Jada kept butting in with things that had nothing to do with her, which sounds on track with Jada, with what Jada was saying. She would have to. Jada was saying she would have something to say when they would talk for the holidays, and her coming in trying to be in Trey's face as a mother. It was like, sit down, boo boo kitty. So I don't know why this thing is beeping. Let me continue on. Jada said being the new partner didn't give her the security that Cherie might have felt she had, because Cherie would always be Will's first wife and first mother of his kids. And sometimes that made Jada feel like she was the alternate or the runner up. So once Cherie called to talk to her son, and Jada picked up, and Cherie was annoyed that she had to go through Jada to talk to her son. And Jada told her, I don't appreciate your tone. And Cherie didn't care. So Jada hung up on her. Jada said Cherie, being the spitfire that she could be, called right back and said, bitch, you living in the house I picked out. I was like, all right, Cherie. and Jada said, being a spitfire being a spitfire that she is, she replied calmly, well, it's my house now. I said, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, I yelled and said, "No, Jada didn't tell the lady. Well, I'm the captain now." But continue on. Once one of Trey's friends' mother told Jada that Trey had misbehaved on a play date. So she told Cherie, "We all need to sit down and discuss his behavior." And Cherie said, "Get his daddy, please." I'm like, "Girl, I know that's right." But yeah, I'm just talking crap because uh at one point when me and my husband first got together, y'all know we're a blended family. He got an oldest daughter. We both had one kid each, both girls. And, when the situation came up, as I'm just talking crap, because sometimes it's all different and it all depends on the situation that you're in. Because when I was in it, I'm like, okay, I didn't want to be in their relationship, but at the same time, if I'm the one who's taking care of the kid, because he'll be at work, blah blah blah, and I'm the one who always cooking. I'm the one doing girls' hair. I go buy her outfit because I was like, when you got an only child with me, I had an only child. My daughter was the only child, and she was like getting up that age, and she always wanted a sibling. And so I'm like, when he had a girl, and they only like 3 years apart, I'm like, oh, that's perfect. So it was like a whole lovely family. Them here, they're playing together. They got along great. I'm doing her hair. I'm going to buy them matching outfits and everything like that. So, but when it came down to it, it's like if the other parent had a problem with it, like, wait a minute now, you ain't got no problem when I'm taking care of it. But you're going to tell me when it comes to other stuff, I need to stay out of. But believe me, baby, when I stay out, I stay all the way out. You don't be using me when it's good and convenient, and then when it comes to other stuff, like, oh, but this has nothing to do with you. This don't concern you. Anyway, so but Cherie told that girl, baby, this got nothing to do with you. Put his dad on the phone. So Cherie told Will that she didn't appreciate Jada overstepping her boundaries with her child, and Will agreed and doubled down with Cherie and told Jada she was out of line. Jada admitted she was wrong and went to Cherie and gave her an apology in person. After Jada and Will was married and Jada was coming closer to her due date, and Jada wanted to ensure that Trey was close to his siblings. Now, Trey is Will's first son that he has with his first wife. And Jada's pregnant at this point. She's coming closer to her due date, and she wanted to make sure that Trey didn't feel left out and that Trey was close to, the kid she was carrying. She reached out to Cherie to sit down and talk. They met for lunch. After a small talk, Jada tells Cherie that she wants Trey to feel included and know they're all family. Even Jada and Cherie agreed. They both wanted the same things for Trey. Neither of them experienced in childhood. They both want the same things for Trey that neither one of them got to experience in childhood. They both came from broken homes and was raised by a single mother. Cherie only request was for Jada to love her son and treat him well, and Jada reassured her that she don't have anything to worry about. And I have always thought that as someone, because my first child and her father, and if y'all know the history, y'all watch the channel, y'all know why. But I'm like, I don't understand the females who got a problem with a woman who's if they're with the father and they're taking care of your child and they loving your child and you ain't worried about they're not treating your child different. Baby, I would be that girl best friend. Like like my husband's daughter, when she, girl, come on over and blah blah blah. Like, I got no problem. She's loved here. She's taking care of here. But I'm like, I wish I had that. Yes, buy her some Christmas presents. Y'all want to come get her? She want to go on family trips with y'all too. I ain't got no problem. As long as you love my baby and you take care of her, then what you worry about when it's the other way around, when y'all females be worried about his girlfriend and when it's just out of jealousy. Now, if she gonna treat your baby wrong or something, that's completely different. But if that lady is treating that baby right and she love that child, baby, get out the way. Come on, step in, step mama. Okay, high five in there. Go on, girl, do your thing. But that's just me. But they never became friends, but they became allies. Back to the book. Jada and Cherie never became friends, but they became allies. And eventually, much later, bonus sisters. I said, I don't know about no bonus sisters because me and my sisters never slept with the same man, but hey, to each their own. While getting to know Cherie, she got to know her mom, Cherie mom, Pat. Pat and Trey was two peas in a pod. And since Pat was with Trey often, Jada got to spend a lot of time with Pat. Pat embraced Jada kids as her grandkids and they called her sugar mama because she gave them as much candy as they wanted. From the time from the moment she met Trey, she nicknamed him Noodles for his long, lanky limbs, reminded her of spaghetti. Cherie and Will and Jada kept Trey in the newest, freshest shoes because that was just the thing when you came from the hood. Y'all know that like get to stomping in your Air Force One. So once one time Trey friend was over playing and told Trey how nice his gym shoe collection was. And Trey told him he could have them. Trey was easy to give up his stuff except whatever game he was into at the time. Jada seen them packing up the shoes. So she called Trey in the hallway to talk to him about it. Like, don't you she's Trey. She was like, Trey, so you just giving up your shoes like that? I would be like, girl, I work hard for these shoes. But Trey said he don't need them and he can wear the ones he had on. She realized that Trey having fine shoes didn't give Trey happiness, but giving his shoes to his friends is what made Trey happy. This made Jada realize she put too much emphasis on material things to give her value, partly because those things was a badge of status for people who grew up in the hood. And the ability to get a large quantity of the finer things in life, like shoes, clothes, jewelry, food, etc., seemed out of reach. She had to let this go and let Trey develop his own sense of what's important. Let me just go back. Okay, to the comments. Make sure that I'm not missing none of y'all comments while I'm reading. To this day, Trey closets still have just bare minimum. Is y'all drinking anything tonight? Or today, if y'all watching on the replay, today, y'all watching on the replay, I got me a little something. Because I said I just be talking. My mouth be just as dry as it want to be. I probably be having that Dave Chappelle, that dry lip going on. Ashy Larry over here. To this day, Trey closets still have bare minimum, which is essential to the saying, I only acquire what I need. It's a lesson Jada is still trying to practice. Trey reminded her that lost my place. Trey reminded her that kids are not an extension of their parents. They are their own being with different values. Trey was an only child for a while, so Will and Jada made an effort to include him in the process of welcoming his sibling. Jada's first trimester was rough with morning sickness, but the second went completely different. She was calm and peaceful in a way she never felt before, and knew it had to be her child's energy. While pregnant, the child didn't let her eat meat. Just the thought would make her nauseated. She had went vegetarian in the past and would eat meat on occasions, but this baby mandated meatless. Since she was eating for two, she had to eat a lot of carbs, and she gained 50 pounds. Within a few weeks, she gained 50 pounds. For a few weeks before her due date, the doctor said that the baby wasn't dropping, and she would be due by 2 weeks. She was due July 9th, and it was hot, and she was miserable, and she had difficulty breathing. Jada mom came out to be with her because she had years of experience as a nurse. The night of July 7th, she was in bed. Then she get hit with pain that felt like she was splitting. It felt like she was split in half. She called Will in the room, and Will get her mom. Jada tell her mom she thinks she should go to the hospital because the pain is intense. Her mom insists with her first child is too early, and it's just pressure. Go take a bath, and told her, girl, relax. You probably ain't even 1 centimeter yet. The bath didn't help. It just made Jada hot. Her mom sat in the bathroom with her. Her mom sat in the bathroom with her. Jada goes to get out the tub and her water breaks. And now her mom is taking it serious. She's like now she wants to take it serious, y'all. That ain't the way she said it, but that's the way I hear it. Her mom went and got Will. They take Jada out, and the only car is the Bentley because Will had took the truck to get service so it could be ready for when she go into labor. So Will say, "Go get towels and tell Jada, sorry, baby, this is Sway." So so Jada get on top of 10 towels with her head out the window, and Will drives them to the hospital, which should have taken an hour, but it took half the time. They wanted to check Jada, but Jada was in so much pain, and she yelled, "Ain't checking shit until you," she said, "Y'all ain't checking shit until you get me an epidural." So they gave her epidural. The pain got better. Her mom noticed her contractions was too long, and this presented a problem because the time of the contractions equals the time the baby goes without oxygen. The doctor wanted to do the C-section, but Jada refused and said, "Let me calm down to control the contractions." The baby came the next day, July 8th. She gave birth to a baby boy. They haven't decided on the name, but she likes Sayer, but Will didn't. Is it Sayer? I think so. The next day, Will, after Will seen what she went through yesterday, she said, Will said, "I wanted to name him Jaden in honor of his mother." Jada didn't think she was worthy, but Will mind was made up. Jada wanted to keep with Jamaican traditions and get him two middle names. Trey gave him the first middle name, Christopher, and Jada gave him the second middle name, Sair. See, mouth getting dry. Fast forward to Jaden. Jaden had enrolled him in a summer program. Jada went to drop off Jaden, and he asked. So this is before I want to say right before Jaden was scheduled to start regular school. She enrolled him into the summer program to get him used to school. So then she went to go drop him off at the summer program, and Jada. And when she went to drop him off, Jaden asked, "Why are you leaving me with people who don't love me?" It shocked Jada, and she realized he made a valid point. She explained the program was for a couple of weeks and a half, and it was half a day, so he could make friends. Jaden explained that he already had friends. Jada said what got her is memories of her life when she was left with people who didn't love her. The ballet case where she was put off in the case of she said like a ballet class. So in the ballet case where she was put in a corner, and I'm like, nobody put baby in a corner, but at school when she was being bullied and then shamed for protecting herself. She rest assured Jaden that she was sat in the parking lot. That was their agreement. He went in. She arrived for pickup 5 minutes early. He was already ready, waiting at the door with his backpack. I said Jaden was waiting at the door, okay? For the next 2 weeks, she would drop him off, wait in the car, and pick him up 5 minutes early. And he would be at the door waiting with his backpack. On the last day, the teacher told her Jaden is a pleasure, but he doesn't interact. And she invited them to the picnic. Jada brought Jaden to the picnic, and he didn't leave Jada sad. He spoke to other kids, but showed no interest in interacting with them. She learned early, don't mess with his internal compass, and do not take his kindness for a weakness. He was homeschooled from this point forward. Jaden asked to audition for Will's son in the movie Pursuit of Happiness. Will and Jada didn't want him to go through all the rejection that comes with being a child actor. After so many callbacks, Jada told Will, so he went in, they went ahead and let him audition. And then they just kept doing callbacks. And Jada told Will enough. Either they want him or they don't. Jaden never was discouraged, but Jada thought they put him through more because he was Will Smith's son. Jaden was eventually chosen for the role. Jada had to learn to let go of her ego and her fear and let Jaden have his own process. Now, we're going into Willow. So Willow was bold and brazen and not to be ignored. Even from the womb, she came in the world with lightning and thunder and sunshine with a tender heart. During her pregnancy with Willow, she didn't know if she was having a boy or girl, and Cherie asked if she can share her dream with her. Remember, Cherie is the first wife. She told Jada she dreamed she was having a girl, and the girl would have light hazel green eyes like Jada, but lighter and more cat shaped. She was holding on to faith after she heard about the dream because Will was determined to have a girl. Will was determined to have a girl and had already said that they will keep having kids until he got his girl. So Jada was over there, fingers crossed, Lord, please let this be a girl because I don't want to be pregnant again. That ain't what she said. But what she said was that she was holding on to faith that Cherie dream was true because if she got that girl, baby, she can stop. So Willow was supposed to be born on Trey's birthday, which is November 11th. But Willow came on October 31st, Halloween. Jada was so happy she almost cried that she had a girl and can now close shop. Willow nickname Bean was given to her by Will because she was tiny at birth, 5 pounds and 6 ounces. She could fit in Will's hand like a little bean. She thought she, Willow, taught Will how to slow down and listen and have respect for the feminine energy. Willow feelings can be delicate and intense, but always authentic. Jada can hear the rawness in her music. For a mother, a daughter is a powerful and overwhelming mirror that can reflect unhealed wounds. And it is. I don't know how my mama did it. She had 7 girls. We got 4. And I'm like, Lord Jesus. Make you look at them like, where you get that from? And that sometimes it be you. They get it from you. But mothers, is not easy to take in reflections and choose to grow from it or reject it. The dangers is if we reject a part of ourselves we don't want to face, our daughters might feel like we're rejecting them. Witnessing Willow hurt reflect back to Jada her own childhood hurt, and she would tell her things like, if you're going to cry like that, go into your room. No one wants to see that. But she was really talking to herself because she didn't know how to manage her own intense emotion. One day, Willow comes in the room, tried to jump in Will's arms, but missed and hit her head. And it split open, blood going everywhere. And Jada fainted. Will jumped into action, got them in a car to take her to the hospital. From there, Jada set out to learn from Willow so she could mother herself and mother Willow. Willow's approach was to feel through things and acknowledge the hurt instead of cutting off feelings by sweeping them under the rug. Willow goes through all the heartache and raw intensity while Jada swallow everything and keep it moving. Now, to me, this may be a decade thing because that was like an era thing. Because in our era, when I think Jada is older than me, but in 80s, 90s, it was just like you go tough it up, go through it. It said, like she said, stop doing all that crying. Before I give you something to cry about. So it was a lot of keeping emotion in ends, not expressing emotion. We didn't really know about therapy, go through therapy. That wasn't a Black thing. So I said that may be, and baby, my girls, I'm getting better. I try to talk to them and everything. What's going on? What's the problem? Why are you crying? Well, yeah, so it's something to learn when you grew up one way and you have kids that you're trying to change it for and trying to do things different with. Baby, I don't been flooding in emotions. You're like, why are they so emotional like that? I realize you're emotional like that too, but you just internalize it all. But she was saying Willow taught her how the vulnerability is a superpower. Once Willow could talk and write, she would write and say, I love you. Willow was independent and had strong sense of what she wanted to do. At 1 year old, Willow ate a plum and was done with breastfeeding. Willow was born an animal lover. They went to a child petting zoo in Australia. when when Jaden was 3 and Willow was 1. And she had them in the stroller. They went by the kangaroo, and Willow hopped out the stroller, went over with the kangaroo, started eating the Cheerios and hanging out with the kangaroos. Jaden stayed in the stroller. When Willow was 5, she wanted more exotic pets. She started catching garden snakes in the backyard. At 6, she said she wanted a pet tarantula, but Jada said, "No, mommy and tarantulas don't get down like that." She went to her friend pet store and got to hold a baby red tail boa restrictor. And she called Jada and asked for a snake. Jada was hesitant and said, "Snakes eat live animals. Who gonna feed it?" Willow said, "I am." Jada didn't want to let her own fears keep Willow from her experience. And she let Willow bring home the snake, and they named it Beauty. Mouth dry again. So Jada fell in love with the snake, and she eventually got more snakes because she found them fascinating. I said, "Yeah, they in a league on their own, baby. Don't you bring no getting snakes around here, okay? That is not for me. That is not my calling, Lord." But Jada found them fascinating. Jada says snakes respond to vibes and energy, and your relationships with the snake is about tuning in. And if not for Willow, she never would have gained that appreciation. We'll never complain as the animal kingdom expanded from cats and dogs to reptiles and more. Will used to call the house the Noah Ark. Watching Willow and Will relationship let Jada see something she never had, the love of a father full of daddy sweetness. She will never have a father that she can call daddy, and she never experienced the quality of love that only a father can provide his daughter. And let me tell y'all, it's something special. I was a daddy girl. He never spanked me. He never told me no. He would pick me up, put me on his lap. He'll let me drive. Yes, I know it's illegal, but he would literally put me on his lap, and we'll be driving down Chicago Avenue. You know, he'll control the gas and stuff. He'll have his little hand at the bottom, but man be on top. I'll be on his lap just driving. It was in the 90s, y'all. Things were different. He did lots of stuff we wasn't supposed to do. And I'm like, and I loved every minute of it. When he had me, I went everywhere he went, to the pool house, to the pool halls. I don't know if they did this in other cities, but like back in like the 90s, people would take their couch and like set it out, set it outside, and people would be all like outside on like not out in front of somebody's house or something. It'd be like at a park. And people like to have like a whole couch. Well, in my neighborhood they did. And so he would take me to like pool house. They'll be outside playing cards. You know, always be some spades. Slamming cards down. Even though later in life I found out that my father was an alcoholic, I never seen it while he had me. He would always, I never seen him drink while he had me. So he made, now thinking back, he did have a brown bag, but that's probably where it was at. But like seeing him intoxicated, seeing him drunk, he never did it around me. I wasn't later into life when people told me about it. He would always say, "Whatever you need, make a list and tell me on the 3rd so I can give you the money." I didn't know it then, but it was the 3rd was the day that he got his check. Later I found out he said that because he would drink up the whole check. So, and he wanted to make sure that I got everything I need before he knew his habits, and he knew that the money would be gone. So he always would tell me on the 3rd, and I tell him, and he'll go get it. And then so I was like, I understand that daddy-daughter relationship, and it is something special. So, RIP to my daddy. He died when I was 11. He wasn't perfect, but he was nice. Now back to Jada. So Willow and Will relationship was a sweet heartbreak for her. That's how she described it, a sweet heartbreak, because it was something that she'll never get. But it was sweet because she was happy her daughter got it. Every time she hear Willow call Will daddy, it makes her heartbreak and makes her cherish the blessing she have. Will is the same way with his boys, and Jada is glad she provided her children with the father she never had. and it helps her deal with her own daddy issues. Part of adulthood is watching your kids experience a gift you didn't have. Her and Will wanted to protect them from the pain and struggle, and always wanted to give them the freedom to pursue their dreams on their own. Now, this reminds me of the meme that says, check on the parents raised in the hood and are raising suburban kids. We are not okay. And that is true. We is not okay. Because my husband and I both was raised on the in K-Town, Chicago, in K-Town, Cape Town neighborhood. My family moved to the suburbs when I was in the 6th grade. He moved in freshman year. And that's how we met freshman year. And we laugh and complain how spoiled our kids are and all the stuff they get to do and that they take for granted. But at the same time, we broke. We live paycheck to paycheck to provide for them. But we take joy and pride that they get to experience things like gymnastics, dance class. Give me 1 minute, y'all. I did not plug up this laptop, and it's a down me. I knew I was gonna be up in here just as talking. Okay. So, but we take pride and joy in the thing that they get to experience things that we didn't get to experience, like extracurricular activities like gymnastic class, dance class, going camping, even being on the sports team. And and so we didn't get experience. So we try to provide it for the kids, even though we struggle, we live paycheck to paycheck. We take the little money that we do have and try to give them them extras in life. And baby, them little suburban mouth that we that when we was raised, it was called like talking back. But us trying to be different, and we're looking at it as allowing them to express themselves. Because talking once your parents had said something was a big no for us. And when you grow up and you're trying to allow your kids to express yourself, baby, it's hard. Because it's like you testing my gangster, baby. You testing my gangster. Sometimes you be looking at them like you don't even know who you talking to. You don't even know who you dealing with, right? You don't even know who you dealing with right now. But it's a process, yeah. It's a process with these kids and trying to change a generational cycle that we don't want to keep on enforcing. But baby, sometimes you be like, you're nuck and I'm a buck. Y'all pray for us. Because we are trying. It's difficult raising four spoiled girls. But anyway, back to Jaden. Everything does anything alone. But y'all, just a reminder, Jada is a only child. So she said she didn't grow up with siblings, but she didn't see it in other people's lives, in other people's family, that silver rivalry, and she didn't want that for her kids. So as baby and toddlers, it made her, when they was babies and toddlers, it made her feel better sleeping with her kids, knowing that she was there to protect them from the mystery that swirled through the night. Later, she learned in Africa, family sleeping together is common and encouraged. Baby, my kids are 3 and 10, and it's still hard to get them out the room. The 20-year-old, she don't be in the room no more. But she probably will when she's sick, coming and want to lay up under her mama. But so back to Jada, y'all. You know I always be dipping off and getting my little personal information, telling all my business. So Jada said her kid slept with her, and then when Jada was 6 and Willow was 4, she could tell Will needed a break from his sleeping arrangement, which was understandable. Said anybody with kids know it's hard to do what you need to do when them babies in the room. When they are newborns, you can, but when they older, it's some trying to be quiet and not rock the bed. At some point when you're married, you're like, no, we need to make this bed right. It's time for y'all to start transitioning to your kid room, baby. And that's a whole nother struggle in itself when you have your kids sleeping with you and then trying to transition them into their own room, baby. Because my 3-year-old right now, we've been a couple months. We trying to get them in their room, but she still wake up every night around 2 o'clock in the morning, walk back in the room, and get right back up in the bed with us. And I'm like, wait, I thought you scared of the dark. Any other time you talking about you scared of the dark, but nah, your little buddy's over here just walking in the dark at some 2 in the morning, ain't cried nothing, could see everything like your cat. Then here come the 10-year-old. She mad now cause she get in there and cause she mad cause the 3-year-old in there. So now they both want to be in the bed, and they both with this long, and they sleep wow. Then well, you know something I noticed, y'all. Me and my husband, we both grew up in big families, and when you grew up in big family, a lot of times you had to share beds with your siblings. So we both have a habit of like we stay in our own spot in the bed. Because this just like this how we grew up for a long time, for years. So it's just like a habit. Not these little wild kids of ours, I guess, just used to sleep in the bed with us where they had so much room. And when we do make them go in their bed, they sleep in their own bed. Baby, you wake up with a foot and a hand and everything. They just disrespectful. But anyway, I love my baby sleeping with me. But I know as a married couple, it's not something that we can keep up forever because, time for the bone chicken. Wah, wah. Anyway, Jada built a love nest in their bedroom with a dome ceiling and stars to give her and Will their own space. But the kids hijacked that room as well. Will had enough. He came in while the three of them was in the bed, Jada, Jaden, and Willow. And he told the kids, why don't y'all try to sleep in y'all room? Of course, they didn't want to, but Will made them. And Jada was heartbroken, but she understood. The next morning, she woke up, opened the door, and found the both of them curled up, sleeping at the door. I said, she ain't lying. Our kids literally come in our room and make a bed out of blankets on and sleep on our floor. I'm like, people swear we treat y'all like dogs sleeping on the floor at the foot of the bed. If they didn't know, y'all don't have y'all own room. Literally, their room is like 5 feet away, and each one of them have their own bed. One bed is a princess carriage with LED lights all wrapped around the thing, like the what is that? The Snow White carriage. That's how the bed is made. But she got her LED lights, and the other one got the mini. The 3-year-old had a Minnie Mouse bed. And I'm like, I spent all this money for nothing because they would not sleep in there. They literally would rather sleep on the floor in our bedroom. So anyway, so Will gave up, and the kids was back in the bed, and eventually the kids made their own decision to sleep in their bed as they got older. I wish you would have put in there what age, because this 10-year-old is not going. But back to the book. Jada said she made her mistakes learning as a mom, but she loved her children unconditional, and she feel like they always known that love is the most durable foundation you can have with your children. Even when they was young, Jaden and Willow wanted to be with her all the time, which was opposite of Jada growing up because her mom was like her big sister, and she didn't feel the need to want to be around her all the time. That's what my kids do, baby. I can't move. I got shadows everywhere. I'm big. As I like did, I told my husband, I'm like, I'm finna get on. I'm scheduled to get on at 5:05 because baby, they look around. If I come back here, don't tell him, don't shut the door. They look around. You give it a good 5 minutes. I'm like, I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I got to cut the camera. I moved it, put it back because they, where's my mama? Where's my mama? But till this day, all three of the kids love spending time with their parents. The kids helped Jada see the possibility of her worthiness to motherhood. Eventually, they broke down her walls enough that she thought there have to be something wonderful about you if your kids love you this much. Okay, so this is the end of the chapter where she gives the quotes. So, out of the mouth of babes, which is King James, Psalms chapter 8, verse 2. There's a question to ask yourself. How have children in your life been little gurus to you? Take a moment to write down your thoughts and respond to other questions like, what have they taught you? How was their wisdom? How has their wisdom impacted your life? How as a child how has a child reflect your worth back to you? And how have you reflected their worth back to them? Don't ever overlook the God-given intellect of a young soul. So that is the end of chapter 14, y'all. So if we could go through these questions really quick. And y'all, I think that's a moment of reflection. That would be good as far as like how have a kid, how have even if you have even if you don't have kids, if you have kids or if you don't, you know, I'm quite sure you have been around children and have they changed your life, or you know what some things you have learned being a parent, you know, and what some things that what things have you learned about yourself, and what some things that you have learned about your child, like have your child made you look at life differently, have your child made you like maybe calm down. I'm not saying me, but some people probably had you know a temper or something, and then a child and then calmed you down, like different things like that. So that's the stuff that I reflect back on, because having kids. Now I would say girls because I got all girls, but it don't matter girls or boys. Each child is different. Like I don't care who each child is different. All my girls are different. They may look alike, but they all different. They all got their different personality, and I have to parent them differently, you know, because my oldest got the gentle heart. You know, she's more sensitive about everything. But that middle child's a wild card. The 3 years coming into her personality, but she seemed to be following that middle child. So I said, "This gonna be something. Pray for me, y'all. Pray for me." But y'all drop down in the comments and tell me what been y'all experience with the kids in y'all life. Okay, so I'm gonna get on up out of here. I still got homework to do with my baby. This school and these projects. I said, "Oh, your teacher sent home another doggone project. I'm so tired buying poster boards and doing projects." But that's your job, baby. That's your job as a mother. Stuff we stand up for. I said, "I want a grade. I want a grade for this class." Y'all don't forget to like the video. Like this video if you're watching right now. Like it if you're watching on the replay. Like it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on on Facebook, X, YouTube, fan base, and TikTok. Okay. I'm gonna get on up out of here. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Put in the comments as far as what y'all thought about this chapter of the book. I want to say it's 21 or 22 chapters. This is chapter 14. I want to go over a chapter per week until we finish this book, y'all. Let me know what y'all think so far. Okay, enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'm gonna get up out of here. If this stream chooses to end, it look like it's freezing now. Let's see. Let's see. It don't want me to get up off out of here. I think it's just like me talking to y'all. Okay. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye.